Let me tell you something. Confidence isn't something you wait for, it's something you decide on. Some folks sit around saying, I'll be confident when I get the job, when I lose the weight, when I have more money, but that's backward thinking. Confidence doesn't show up at your door with a bow on top. You build it before you need it. Think about a little child learning to walk. That baby doesn't sit there thinking, well, I'm not very good at this, so I guess I won't try. No, they get up, they fall, they get up again. They don't stop to doubt themselves, and guess what? Eventually they walk. But somewhere along the way, we grow up, and instead of trying, we start believing the lies. I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. What if I fail? Well, let me ask you this. What if you succeed? Confidence isn't about knowing everything or never failing. It's about deciding I can handle whatever comes my way. It's knowing that failure isn't fatal, that mistakes are just stepping stones, and that action beats hesitation every single time. I know some of you are thinking, but I don't feel confident. My friend, if a train waited to feel like going before it left the station, it'd never move an inch. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll be waiting your whole life. The key is to start acting like the person you want to become. Walk into that room like you belong. Speak up like your words matter, because guess what? They do. Confidence doesn't mean never feeling nervous. It means showing up anyway. It means saying, I may not have all the answers, but I trust myself to figure it out. Confidence isn't about knowing everything or never failing. It's about deciding I can handle whatever comes my way. It's knowing that failure isn't fatal, that mistakes are just stepping stones, and that action beats hesitation every single time. I know some of you are thinking, but I don't feel confident. My friend, if a train waited to feel like going before it left the station, it'd never move an inch. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll be waiting your whole life. The key is to start acting like the person you want to become. Walk into that room like you belong. Speak up like your words matter, because guess what? They do. Confidence doesn't mean never feeling nervous. It means showing up anyway. It means saying, I may not have all the answers, but I trust myself to figure it out. But here's the real question. Why don't you keep the promises you make to yourself? You say you wake up early and hit the gym, but then the alarm rings and you hit snooze. You promise yourself you'll work on that dream, but instead you scroll on your phone. You tell yourself this time will be different, but when no one's watching, you fall back into the same old habits. And every time you break a promise to yourself, you're sending a message loud and clear, I can't trust me. Confidence isn't about talent. It's not about luck. It's not even about success. Confidence comes from trusting yourself, and trust is built through consistency. If you want to believe in yourself, you've got to start proving to yourself that your word means something. Because let me tell you, if you don't believe in you, nobody else will either. Think of it like a bank account. Every time you follow through, you make a deposit. Every time you break your word, you make a withdrawal. Some of you have overdrawn your account so many times that you don't even trust yourself with small commitments. But here's the good news. You can turn that around. And it starts with the little things. You don't have to run a marathon tomorrow. Just wake up when you say you will. Don't worry about writing a whole book in one night. Just write one page like you promised yourself you would. Don't aim for perfection, just aim for progress. Because every single time you do what you said you would, you're stacking up proof that you are dependable, you are disciplined, and you can count on yourself. And let me tell you something, the world rewards those who can count on themselves. The best athletes, the top entrepreneurs, the greatest leaders, they're not waiting for motivation. They don't rely on feelings. They do what they said they'd do even when they don't feel like it. And because of that, they don't just have confidence, they have results. So if you want to believe in yourself, start with this. Keep the promises you make to you. Because when you trust yourself, the world has no choice but to do the same. You were not made to be a copy of somebody else. You were not put on this earth to live in someone else's shadow, to measure yourself against their success, or to follow a path that was never meant for you. But too many people spend their lives trying to fit into a mold that was never designed for them. They look at what others have, compare, and then start believing the lie that they are not enough. Let me tell you something, you are already enough. Not when you make more money, not when you lose weight, not when you get that promotion, right now. The moment you start embracing that truth is the moment you start living the life you were meant for. See, the problem isn't that people lack potential. The problem is that they've been too busy looking around instead of looking within. You've got skills, talents, and a unique perspective that nobody else on this planet has. But if you're always trying to be someone else, the world will never get to see the real you. And that would be a terrible waste. Think about this. When you go to a store and pick up a name brand product, it has value. But what about the knockoff version? It looks similar, but it's cheaper, less valuable, and doesn't last. The same is true for people. When you try to be a cheap imitation of someone else, you lose your real worth. But when you embrace who you truly are, when you stand firm in your uniqueness, that's when your values shine. Some of you have been holding back because you don't feel like you measure up. Maybe you think, I'm not as talented as they are. I don't have their confidence. I don't have their resources. But let me tell you, success isn't about having what someone else has. It's about using what you've already been given. The most successful people didn't get where they are by being the best copy. They got there by being the best version of themselves. So stop shrinking yourself to fit into places you don't belong. Stop waiting for permission to be who you were created to be. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs you. It needs your voice, your ideas, your strengths, and yes, even your struggles. Because there is someone out there who can only be inspired by the person you're becoming. So stand tall, own your uniqueness, and step boldly into who you are always meant to be. Because the moment you do, that's the moment the world truly takes notice. Your worth is not up for debate. It's not something that increases when people praise you and decreases when they criticize you. It's not based on what you do, what you have, or what others think of you. But too many people go through life letting the opinions of others dictate their value. Let me ask you something. If I took a $100 bill, crumpled it up, stomped on it, and dragged it through the mud, how much would it be worth? Still $100. It doesn't matter what it's been through. It doesn't matter how it looks. It still holds its value. And the same goes for you. I don't care how many mistakes you've made, how many times you've failed, or how many people have overlooked you. Your worth has not changed. But here's the problem. Too many people are handing over their value card to everyone else. They let rejection tell them they're not good enough. They let failure convince them they're not capable. They let the wrong people define them, and before they know it, they start believing a lie. Unleashed to me, nobody gets to decide your worth but you. Not your boss, not your parents, not social media, not the people who walked away from you, and certainly not the ones who doubted you. If someone doesn't see your value, that's their problem, not yours. A diamond doesn't stop being a diamond just because someone doesn't know how to recognize its worth. Some of you have spent too much time chasing validation, trying to prove yourself, waiting for someone to say you're good enough now. But the truth is, if you don't believe in your worth first, no amount of outside approval will ever be enough. And when you do believe it, you won't need approval because you'll know exactly who you are. You've got to stop living like a discount version of yourself just because someone else didn't see your value. You weren't made to be unsaled. You were made to be priceless. And that means walking in confidence, standing tall, and knowing that you are enough right now as you are. So from this moment forward, stop waiting for the world to validate you. Own your worth, believe in it, and carry yourself like someone who knows they belong. Because the second you do, the world will have no choice but to see it too. Now, loving ketchup, it's such a necessity. Shoes you don't become confident by waiting. You don't become successful by hoping. And you don't step into your full potential by standing still. If you want to be someone who believes in themselves, you have to start acting like it before you feel ready. Too many people sit around thinking, once I feel more confident, then I'll go after my dreams. Once I have more experience, then I'll speak up. Once I know everything, then I'll take action. But that's not how it works. Confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. Think about a time when you were nervous about something new. Maybe it was your first job interview, your first time speaking in public, or even learning to ride a bike as a kid. You didn't feel ready, but you did it anyway. And what happened? The more you did it, the better you got. The better you got, the more confident you became. Confidence isn't the cause of action, it's the result of it. If you want to be a leader, start leading now. If you want to be successful, start working like you already are. If you want to be confident, carry yourself like someone who is, because the way you act will determine the way you think, and the way you think will determine the way you live. Some of you are waiting for permission. But let me tell you, there is no perfect moment. The people who succeed aren't the ones who wait. They're the ones who step up even when they're unsure, even when they're scared, even when they don't have all the answers. And let's be clear, this is not about faking it. This is about owning it. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not, but you do have to show up as the version of yourself that you want to become. Walk like you believe in yourself. Speak like your words matter. Work like success is already yours. Because when you act like the person you're striving to be, you start becoming that person. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop standing on the sidelines of your own life. The future version of you is watching, waiting, and hoping you'll take that first step. Don't let them down. Belief is the foundation of everything you do. If you don't believe in yourself, it doesn't matter how much talent you have, how many opportunities come your way, or how much support you get, because you'll always find a way to talk yourself out of success. But the moment you start believing, that's when everything changes. Look at the most successful people in the world. Were they the smartest? The most talented, the luckiest? No, but they had one thing in common. They believed in themselves before anyone else did. When the world told them they couldn't, they said, watch me. When they failed, they got back up. When others doubted them, they refused to doubt themselves. And that's the difference. See, most people wait for external proof before they believe in their own potential. They want the world to give them permission. They want results before they commit. But belief doesn't come after success. Success comes after belief. Think about it. If you don't believe you can succeed, will you put in your best effort? Will you take risks? Will you keep going when things get tough? Of course not. But if you believe, really, truly believe, you'll keep pushing, keep learning, keep fighting until success has no choice but to catch up to you. And I know what some of you are thinking, but what if I fail? Let me tell you something. Failure isn't what holds people back. Fear of failure is. The ones who win aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to quit when they do. Some of you have been walking through life with self-doubt weighing you down like a heavy backpack. You're carrying the opinions of others, the disappointments of the past, the fears of the future. But what if you decided right here, right now, to put that weight down? What if you chose to believe that you are capable, that you are enough, that you already have everything you need to succeed? Because let me tell you something, the second you start believing in yourself, the world will take notice. People will start seeing you differently. Opportunities will open up, not because the world changed, but because you did. So don't wait for permission. Don't wait for proof. Decide today, right now, that you believe in yourself, and when you do, watch how quickly the world believes in you too. As we wrap up today, I want you to take everything you've heard and put it into action. You have the power, the potential, and the worth to achieve incredible things. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Don't wait for someone else to believe in you. Believe in yourself. And when you do, the world won't be able to ignore your potential. Keep showing up, keep pushing forward, and never ever doubt that you are more than enough. Good luck on your journey. I know you'll go farther than you can even imagine. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. The future is yours. Go claim it. Thank you.